This is Angela Grayson from the Loving Life Fitness Podcast to help others in their fitness journey. All possible.
It's time to wake up. Here we go.
Hi there, everyone. This is Angela Grayson from the Loving Life Fitness Podcast, where I get together with other individuals to talk about what they do in life to stay healthy and fit and maybe influence others by talking about it on my show so that we can all try to live our best life. How you doing today, Flavia?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. So today we have Flavio Costa on the show. He's going to be talking about kayaking, a love of his that he's been doing for a while. And Flavio, you do it on the ocean most of the time, correct?
Most of the time, that's correct. I travel for work, and not always I have access to the ocean or a river. So sometimes I go where I can.
So how long have you been kayaking?
Technically, we could say 30 years, but I had a pause for like 10 years when I came from Portugal to the U.S. And where I lived, there was no kayaking whatsoever in Newark, New Jersey. And living in the city, it's really hard to have access to water. So I tried different things. Join a gym to stay active and fit. And then I was reading a magazine and came across triathlon. It sounded fun and challenging. So I got a bicycle and I started going swimming in a pool. But most triathlon races are lakes, rivers, or ocean. But I only had access to a pool, so that's where I trained. And I did that for maybe 2 or 3 years. It's definitely triathlon demanding. That's what I was looking for, something to keep me active and busy besides work. And after a while, I was watching the news and kayaking showed up. Someone was doing a piece about kayaking in New York. And I'm going to find these people. I'm going to start doing kayaking again. So I went online. I looked for whoever the reporter that was doing that story that day and found a club, and I met with people and started again at age of 30.
This was in Newark, New Jersey?
Yeah, that's how I was living in Newark, New Jersey. But the club was in New York.
Oh, okay.
So I drove to New York and I met up with a few people and I told them, I'm going to kayak with you guys. I want to do some races. And some people were just recreational kayaking, but some other ones, they were doing races. And so they direct me to the right people to talk and train with them. And from there, started kayaking again after a pause. So I stopped doing kayaking when I was 21, and I started again at the age of 30.
That's a big difference. So when you started again at the age of 30, did you feel like it was more demanding, or were you in really great shape that you were able to handle it?
No, I still felt good. But like I said, I like to stay active, in shape, and I don't like to let myself go.
Very good.
Sometimes when I sit on the sofa for too long, I don't like it. I kind of hate myself. It's a waste of time just sitting down.
Yeah.
I stayed active, going to the gym, and like I said, did a bit of triathlon. And yeah, I was still in shape. Just triathlon, it's super, super demanding. You run, you cycle, and then you swim. How much can you ask for it? And you'll stay in shape.
How many triathlons have you done?
Throughout the season, I would try to, maybe 6 or 7. I would try to go to 1 per month. Because up north, it gets super cold. So the season would start maybe May. And it would stop at maybe September or October, and the waters get really cold.
So you never traveled anywhere to do a triathlon out of state?
Not far. I did go to Maryland. Because in New Jersey, the season would stop early. And so further down, there was more races. One time I traveled to Maryland for a couple of races, and that was it. Back then, I thought about coming down to Florida, because there's all year around. Yeah. But I never did that. Never did that.
Never did it once you got here to Florida? Because now you live...
Oh, no. No, I never did a triathlon since...
Okay.
I restarted kayaking. I didn't get into triathlon. Like I said, it's very demanding, physical wise and time. It's like three sports, so you need a lot of time to train all three.
And training in a pool for swimming is so different than when you get out in the water, open water in the ocean.
Oh, completely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, like me, I don't like to look at the bottom of the lakes. So the pool, it's a completely different environment. Oh, in the pool, you have your own lane to practice. In a race, there's people literally swimming on top of you.
Wow.
And yeah, it's hundreds of people. The sport is really popular. There's hundreds of people swimming. And when you're in the middle, you can't really freak out because people push you down, push you over, and you really have to like keep your calm. If you skip a breathing stroke, you got to keep your calm, or else you're gonna suck in the water and you're done. Pretty much, you're done.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was there ever rough water out there when you were swimming?
Yeah, I did a few in the ocean. Actually, I like those better. I don't know why.
Huh.
Well, people say salt water helps you flow better than fresh water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. I felt more confident in the ocean. And like I said, I don't like to see what's on the bottom and of the lakes. There's a lot of algae, a lot of branches, a lot of stuff. In the ocean, all you see is green and blue. So I was good. I like that.
I know, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, the ocean brings some kind of peace to you. Also, like
Yeah.
the motion of the waves, just the water itself.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
I'm so glad you're saying that. That's so true. There's something about the water out there. It's just beautiful.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, so what made you decide to move to Florida and start
Oh,
your adventure down this way?
so me and my family, we came down on a vacation to Sarasota.
Ah, that's how it always starts, vacation.
Yeah, I think it was back in 2011. We went, took a vacation to Sarasota, and of course, the West Coast is beautiful. The waters on the Gulf of Mexico are beautiful, and I love Florida. And then I told my wife I want to move here, and we had really good jobs up there. I make good money, but I was tired of the city life because you're so confined, one apartment. There's barely, unless you move out of the city, there's not much of a green place, areas for you. And we had a 5-year-old son at the time. It only take him to a small park for him to play. The rest was just the apartment.
Yeah.
South Florida, you can't ask more better than Florida. Like if you have lakes, you got rivers, so much green and ocean. So why not? Marlene had a brother that lives here in Palm Coast. Then the following year, we visit Palm Coast, and we looked at a few houses, and we went back up, and we started packing pretty much. Like I want
my family when they moved here when I was 14 years old, same thing. Came here for vacation and didn't want to go back, or at least they didn't. I wanted to go back because I just, I was a kid. I wanted to be around my friends and my cousins, but we did that and packed up the house, sold it, and headed south. And been here ever since.
Yeah, I don't think I could live anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
somebody who loves the water so much. We're just surrounded by it everywhere.
Yeah, like if someone, I don't want to pick on no one, but if someone said, "Oh, I don't know what to do with me," there's bike trails, there's walking trails, there's rivers, there's ocean, so many things to do, but not everyone like to be physical.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, we're going to try to change that by having this conversation today. You never know who we might influence into the kayaking world. And there's not only ocean kayaking, of course. There's the springs that we have here not too far away from the coast. It only takes an hour or so to get there. And that's a different experience altogether. Have you ever done that?
Oh, those are beautiful. The springs, they're beautiful. My plan for this year is to take my family to the springs. So we can just go kayaking, enjoy it. Yeah, I paddle in the springs myself. And actually, I've done a few races, local races in the springs.
Ah.
And and it's really nice. The water is so clear. And sometimes I get dizzy because there's deep areas and I'm afraid of heights. And it feels like you're like 4 stories high. Yeah, so I can't look down on those areas. But the springs are beautiful. You see gators. If people want to go, don't be afraid. There's always rangers looking for the gators that might cause harm to people. There's always people looking for big ones that shouldn't be there when people listen to this. There's a bunch of turtles. You see a bunch of monkeys also. Haven't seen one yet, but I heard them.
Oh, yeah, they're at Silver Springs, quite a few of them.
Yeah, I've been to Silver Spring a few times. And of course, the famous manatees. Yeah, we've seen a bunch of them.
In the wintertime,
Yeah.
the springs out there get flooded with the manatees. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they escape cold water, come to shallow waters to hang out, pretty much hang out all
Yeah.
together.
That's what they do. They're sweetest little
Mhm.
animals, sweetest big animals. Can't say little.
Yes, they are. They use actually one time here in our intercoastal at Flagler, I was paddling board with my son. We had a sub board, and both of us were paddling, and there was a group of manatees, and we just cruised really slow over them. And there was this huge manatee. I'm pretty sure it was like 12 feet long. It was huge, and I think he was just protecting his herd or something. A flick of his tail threw both of us out of the board.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't cause any harm or anything. I think he was just protecting the herd or something like that. But we have on that board so quick. My goodness. Yeah, it was interesting.
Funny. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of that happening before.
No, well, if you go out there, I'm not saying you don't adventure or anything, but now when you go out there, you look for other places, different places. You find different things, different animals that I've come across not too long ago. I was paddling the ocean, and I saw a huge fin off the water. I got so scared. I thought it was a shark. At least 2 feet of fin was above the water.
Wow.
That was huge. I got so scared. Like, I got to get out of here. I don't want to be between him and the shore. As I'm paddling, it turns around. Y'all, I'm in so much trouble right now. Then the body popped up. It was a manta ray, a huge manta ray.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's cool.
then my heart was beating off excitement. Like, it was so cool to see one of those live right next to you. And I was happy there wasn't a shark. So,
How big do you think that was?
oh no, definitely 8 feet from the head to the tail. Well, I actually couldn't see the tail. From the head to the tail, it was like 12 by 12, actually. The wingspan, it was like 12 feet, and the head to the end of the tail, another 12. So it was huge.
Oh, you were
Very huge.
so lucky to have seen something like that. I've seen a lot of manta rays, but nothing compared to that. Wow.
No, this one was huge. So, well, I have more or less something to gauge for the volume of the animal that I come across. Like my kayak, the technical name, it's a surf ski. So my surf ski is 19 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
So when an animal, a dolphin, a manatee or something is next to it, I could kind of see what kind of size it is. 12 feet, 14, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
So-
awesome. Yeah. Do you ever take pictures of the sea life that you see out there, or do you just in?
Now, I have a few videos on my GoPro, but it never gives the
justice
a camera
it deserves?
just there you go.
Yeah.
Definitely, it gives the justice it deserves. And then there's glares on the water that
Mm-hmm.
the camera isn't able to adjust, like our eyes is able to adjust it. But most of the times, I just take it in and enjoy it. And I'm so happy that I was able to see that.
Yeah. Has your son
And-
ever been out there on the water with you and you've witnessed all these beautiful things?
Well, that simple, the manatees, that's one. He's not a sport kid. He
Okay.
doesn't like to go out there. I tried. He actually wanted to do SUP. So I bought a SUP. He did it for a few months. Then he stopped. Like, he don't want to go no. Yeah, didn't want to do it no more. I didn't force him, but then I pushed him to do kayaking with me. He did it. Actually, he went to a few races, but it wasn't his thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't force him to do it.
We're all different. He's got to
Yeah.
discover his own thing. That's okay.
Oh, no, he's really smart. He's really smart. He's doing great in school,
Yeah.
and he just got accepted to UF.
Congratulations. That's great.
Thank you. So he has his own thing going. I can't force him to do other
Mhm.
things that he's not comfortable doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So with your sport, tell me what you do to keep in shape to be the best you can be out there on the water.
Well, that's what I try because, as you know, I work in construction, and sometimes the job that you have scheduled from 8 to 4 or 9 to 5.
Mm.
Sometimes things happen at work. My day turns longer than expected, and I don't have a plan. Sometimes I just go when I can, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and I adapt. If I have a kind of a plan on my head what to do that day, I can't. I have to adjust to that. So
Mm-hmm.
if I was doing sprints, like a short training session with sprints, I can't do that anymore. So the next one, I have to adapt into that. But at least try to do any physical activity 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
Is that just paddling though, or do you do other workouts also?
No, I do other workouts. Also hard. I train a little bit of light weights at home to keep some muscular strength. Like by doing the kayaking, you build your endurance. When you add power to your stroke, you go fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a little bit. Actual gym is not my thing. Like lifting weights is kind of boring, but I add that into my program at least once a week.
Good. You got
But
to keep those
mostly,
muscles strong to prevent injuries, right?
yeah, that too. We all get older.
What?
We all should. Well, everyone gets older. Everyone. Nobody escapes from that fate. Everyone gets older. Yeah, we should all do some exercises. It doesn't need to be heavyweight. Just lightweight is fine, or you just your body weight.
Mhm.
So some push-ups. People like to do pull-ups. That's a great workout because even if you just hang on the pull-up bar, it stretches your back.
Mm-hmm.
If you bend a lot during the day, your spinal disc might compress, and if you hang, they decompress. They release some pressure on it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to try to do some pull-ups, you add a rubber band. If people can't say, "Oh, I can't do one pull-up," well, add rubber bands. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so you need the assistance until you can get stronger. Why not?
Mm-hmm. And I have bicycles that we try to go for bicycle rides,
Mhm.
but there's not enough time in the day to do all that.
Yeah, if only we didn't have to work, right? We could just do
Yeah,
what we
exactly.
do to take care of our bodies.
If we don't have to work, but mostly, if I can choose from all of it, it's just water.
Mm-hmm.
I love well, and if it is not cold, it's not cold, of course. If it is super cold, I definitely not go up this. I'm not enjoying it
Yeah,
to be out there.
yeah. What about super hot? Does that bother you?
Just keep hydrated. No, it doesn't bother me. Well, you get a good tan, that's for sure. But no, actually, it's good. So if you're in the middle of paddling, you just take a dip. Like the ocean is great. Like
Yeah.
the water gets so clear during the summer. So you go for a paddle and it feels a little hot. You take a dip, go a little swim.
Is it hard to get back into your kayak?
Yes, it is. A lot of people when they hear kayaks, they think about most people think to fishing kayak, like those plastic wide ones.
Yeah.
My kayak, it's a long, skinny one. And sometimes people get confused by the rowing shells.
Yeah, let's talk about the different kinds. There's so many different ones. I have in my garage, it's a kayak and a paddle board all in one. So cool. Bigger than a regular kayak, wider than a regular kayak. And you can stand up or sit down on the seat. So you can do both. But tell us about the different ones that you've used.
That I use. My kayak. So 19 feet long is on the widest part is 17 inches wide. And it's very light. And it's made of carbon fiber. So I do races from 6 miles to 30 miles. So if we paddle with a boat that weighs 40 or 50 pounds, after a few miles, those 50 pounds turn into 100 pounds because you're getting tired and just pushing into that kayak. So the kayaks that I use, they're very light. They're very elite kind is like 19 pounds, all carbon. And then there's the other ones weigh like 33 pounds. Is a mix of carbon and fiberglass, but it didn't go much higher than that. And very tippy, of course. So if you go fast, we got to compromise on stability. So then if someone would start a sport like that, it would take months to kind of be comfortable on a kayak like that. The first times they would sit on, they'll get in on the left side and fall right on the right side into the water. It's like I don't. A lot of people remember riding the bicycle for the first time. It's pretty much it. Like you got to find your balance. The first time you shaking all over the place. Why is this thing so unstable? Why can't I actually stay straight? I don't know the physics of it, but everything has to be balanced. Like all your weight has to be like centered. Once you find that point, like why would you ask yourself, why was that fall in the first place? This is so easy, but all the physics.
The water. Does the water, in the ocean, you've got the waves. How do you maintain?
Well, the watercraft that I have, it has a hole by my feet. The whole boat is air chamber. There's only one little hole for the air come in and out. When it gets too hot, air comes out, or else the boat kind of explodes. It gets the air inside, it gets too hot. Because it's a rigid material. The carbon fiber is very rigid. It's not like a tire. You pump air into it and it just expands. This is a very rigid material. So there's only a little hole, the air comes in and out. But it's very hard for the water to get in. When people ask me about the kayak, well, I just tell them, it's just sit on top. And they understand that part. It's like a whole mold in carbon fiber. And they kind of dig a hole where I sit and put my feet. And on the bottom, there's a hole. Well, if I'm standing still, water comes in the cockpit where I sit. When I start moving, the water just drains.
I get it. Yes, it's sort of like a boat. They have the plugs that you put in the bottom of the boat, so that if you do get a wave over the side or something, you can unplug it. But then you have to go so that the water gets drained out. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, the same concept, basically.
Yeah.
Here in Flagler, we don't have inlets that could go out in the ocean, so I got to go to the breakers. So my boat gets full of water when I go through the waves that break on the beach. And as I keep on moving, the water just drains out. But I'm all wet at this point. But no water stays in the boat.
Yeah, but it's okay to get wet because usually it's warm out and you get cooled off, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the summer.
Yeah. What about, have you ever in the beginning, this is like a fear of mine with any kind of water sports where you're putting yourself into a little hole and you've got your feet tucked under there. Have you ever flipped over and not be able to flip back up again or get out? That ever happened to anybody you know?
No, it has happened to me. So I can go back in time for a little bit because what I paddle right now, that's SRC, it's technically ocean kayak. It doesn't sink whatsoever. If it doesn't matter how many waves comes over it, how many times it flips, this boat doesn't sink. But when I started doing kayaking, it's called a sprint kayak. Those, if they flip, they're full of water and they sink.
Ooh.
Yes. So we use, you might have seen on TV, slalom kayaks and white waters. They put, so the water doesn't get in their kayaks, they use a skirt. So we used to use a skirt also, so water doesn't get in, so we don't have to stop and remove the water. And I fell quite a bunch of times learning. And yes, I would get stuck under the boat, but you just remove your skirt and just come above the water.
It's not that hard.
Yeah. It's not that hard, but some people freak out.
Well, yeah, because now you're flipped upside down, right? You're underwater.
Yes.
It's like, okay, you got to think about how, just like learning to scuba dive. I don't know if you've ever done that, but they try to teach you in different situations how to take care of what needs to be done. And when you're underwater, and things are going on, it's like you can become disorientated if you panic.
No, that's a totally different world. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to be underwater.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why. Well, I started the sport, actually, kayaking, without, I didn't know how to swim. I learned, yes. I would fall in the water and I'll take a couple strokes and little by little I started learning how to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, I was wearing a life jacket, of course.
Uh-huh.
Going back to diving, yes, I don't like to be in the water. I guess it's the lack of control because we can't breathe under there. And what's in the water too? There's big fish out there. Super big fish.
Beautiful.
No, they are. This past year, we took a little trip to the Keys, and I was so afraid to like go snorkeling for a little bit. But when I started, I could see like all the little fishes. And then as I would go, I would swim further and further. And what I was so afraid of,
Yeah.
it was just like you said, it was beautiful, pretty fishes and rocks and this and that. Yeah, one day I might take it to the next level. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a certified diver, and to me, it's one of the most peaceful things in the world to do because you're just under the water seeing all this beauty, and all you can hear is your bubbles,
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. So there's no noise whatsoever.
No.
You just said you hear the bubbles.
You hear the
So it's more, it's kind of sometimes how I feel when I go out in the ocean. I go way out. I could go a mile out.
Do you?
And
Okay.
you hear nothing. It's just like water. You hear the waves.
Yeah.
And then you look at the coast. There's a bunch of commotion going on over there, and out in the waters. I don't know. It's really. If you ask me, describe what do you feel out there? I don't know. Just peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so quiet, and there's a bunch of water around you, and all this other world under you, but you respect it, the ocean and the light under you, and I think you just become one with them. But I don't know.
Yes.
You enjoy it. You take it in.
You take it in, and you do kind of become one with your surroundings, especially if you're out there alone.
Yeah,
You can just absorb the peace and appreciate it. Yeah.
for sure. Definitely, I appreciate it that I can do this sport, and I can go out there. I'm able to go out there and have that experience out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful. What other kinds of kayaks have you used? Any others made out of other materials that you could compare to what you use now?
Not many difference. So the kayaks now is just the sprint kayaking. It's even narrower than the one skinnier. If people don't, then the one I go in the ocean go a lot faster. But they're made the same material, carbon fiber or fiberglass fiber.
Are they just as long?
A little shorter.
Okay.
The sprint kayak is 16 foot long. My ocean is 19.5. They vary depending on brands. They vary a little bit of length. They go up to 22 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly it's meant for the ocean. So they're meant to catch waves. If you catch waves, you go even faster.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're so long, because waves are pretty big too. Now, it's not called a kayak. Now, I'm getting into the sport of an outrigger canoe. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where it started. That's what they paddle in Hawaii and Tahiti. It's like a kayak. Well, if you look at a kayak, they sit the same way I do, but they have like two little arms to the side and a flotation on the side that helps you balance. And instead, a double blade paddle like I use, they have a paddle one blade.
Mm-hmm.
So you paddle on the left side, then you get a few strokes, and then you got to change to the right side so you don't exhaust your one arm, they switch it, and so on and so on and so on. And that's actually the race I did this morning on an outrigger canoe. But it's kind of basically the same thing. The whole boat is an air chamber. It doesn't break, it won't sink. It just has that extra piece on the side that helps you balance. Because they sit higher. So the higher you're sitting, more unstable it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they have that outrigger to the side to help them balance.
I see. Okay. You want to get involved in racing in the outrigger kayak?
Well, I am. We have a little club going on in Jacksonville. I'm part of a group of people. There's several throughout Florida. Right now, we're our 6-man team. We're number 1 in Florida.
Nice.
Yeah. We do a few races. I think I've been racing with them for 2 or 3 years. The first year wasn't so good, but we redeemed ourselves last year. So it's going good, and it keeps going. Maybe we go out to California because they're really big. It's
Nice.
all the pals from Hawaii, and California is really big on that. And other clubs throughout the U.S. they have huge races in California.
Mm-hmm.
So in the future, we're planning to go over there.
Sounds like fun. Do they have women teams also?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, they have mixed teams. Like we put 3 men, a 6-person canoe. So when it makes it, we put 3 men and 3 women. There's also women's races. Yes.
Nice. Okay, so the sport's for everybody, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Young, old. I touched on that topic. Unfortunately, this sport that I'm involved, like kayaking and outrigger, mainly it's older people. Like 40, I'm going to say 40s, majority is 40s and up. Yeah.
Okay. Do you see a lot of rotator cuff injuries out there with paddling?
No. Well, if someone has an injury, mostly from accidents they had or when they're younger, actually today I was talking to a friend, he has injuries from when he was young, he used to play football. But now he's kayaking. He's not playing football no more, so he's not getting any extra injuries from it.
Yeah. That's
now a lot of people they get into kayaking because less pressure. I don't know if they like to run, but now they can't run no more because of the knees. So now they're sitting down. They're still using their core. They're using their arms.
Sure.
So yeah,
it's endurance too. So you're burning calories.
Oh, definitely. a lot of calories. Yeah. Now, if you're fortunate enough, you get involved with someone that knows about the sport, and if you listen to them, you won't get any injuries.
Mm-hmm.
If people ask me, I give advice. Whoever wants a little bit of advice, I'll give them. I was told how you should give coach. Like I don't want. If someone wants advice, I give them. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll try to teach them. Some people just want to rush it. And the best advice, like, don't rush it. Learn how to do it properly, really slow. Sometimes just slow is the fastest way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yes, that's sometimes how you get injuries. Like you want to go fast, but you didn't warm up properly or you're not doing the technique properly. That's when you get injuries. If you do the technique properly, you're involving a lot of muscles, not only your forearms, or not only your shoulders. You engage your arms, your core, and your legs. So every part of your body is helping each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one part of your body is not taking the whole load, so it doesn't get inflamed to the point that you can't move no more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, good advice. So you were at a race this morning in Jacksonville.
Yes.
How did you do?
I did good. The outcome wasn't what I expected, but well, I was hoping. I came in second, but I was hoping to win. But anything can happen. It was a 2-hour race, and I knew anything could happen. There's a lot of game throughout the whole race. I was neck and neck with the other guy. I watch him. He's watching me, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, things like that. And sometimes I put a few power moves, like I got away. He caught up with me and stuff like that. And then you never know what might happen. You burn out or you made a wrong move. So I made one little wrong move and he got away and hey, I came in second.
Ah.
So like I said, I was hoping to win, but anything could have happened.
Yeah.
So I'm okay. I'm okay with the result because it wasn't a done deal that I was gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
I
Was the
know
water rough?
a part of the race. Yes, we started in the canal. Then we went out into the Yangtze River. I think that's what it's called.
St. John's
Jackson.
River. Mm-hmm.
St. John's River. Yeah, it's wider and there was wind. It was a few waves. Yeah, a little bit of the race. Then we came back into the canal. That's flat water.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do they ever cancel these races because of high winds or?
Let's take a quick break.
Get ready to elevate your wellness journey. Step into a world of holistic well-being at our most anticipated event of the year, the Flagler Wellness Expo 2024, March 23rd and 24th at FPC High School. Join us and immerse yourself in a vibrant celebration of health and wellness, curated just for you by your local community's leading wellness professionals. Discover your path to a healthier, happier, more balanced you.
They do, but it has to be really high winds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely for like safety, logistics. Yeah, they do have canceled races in the past. Because not everyone it's at the same level. Not everyone has the same expertise, and some people they want to get into the sport, so they're really new to the sport, and we don't want to scare them. No way.
Very good.
Yes, so we have to keep them safe. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot can happen out there.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I've seen both sides of the story. Good things happen and bad things happen.
Do you have people when you do these events? Are there people to rescue? Are there people like?
Yeah. They have safety boats and jet skis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, following one. Normally there's several. One behind the pack, one at a turning buoy, another one going back and forth, checking. So, yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I know you're going to be doing a fundraiser. You sent me your link. I want to talk about that a little bit. Maybe we can get some people to donate here. So it's called the Task Force Hydro One, and
Yes.
they support veterans and also first responder heroes. Heroes or just first responders? Does it matter? Really? I mean, heroes are
Well, I think
great, but
it's all of them.
all
Uh,
of them, yes, to help
all
support
of
them
them.
and
Yeah, actually, the group was founded by a veteran. It's himself, if I'm not wrong. His name, it was him that started. Ricky. I forgot his last name. Oh, that's ahead. He's a veteran himself. His son is in the army right now. Yeah, most of the people in that group, they're veterans, retired veterans. And it's an amazing group. They're located in Jacksonville, and they got a few outrigger canoes to take these veterans out and go out in the water and just enjoy it. Like, well, he would be the best person to explain what his goal is and how they feel out there. I'm just glad, I'm honored actually to meet them and help them raise funds and help them. If they need people to help on the water, if they would like to ask me for help, I'll gladly offer my help. And to know these people is great because I know that veterans, they go through a lot. I always knew they go through a lot.
Mhm.
And I can't imagine what they go through on a daily basis after doing what they did. They were deployed and went to war. Unfortunately, some came back. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't come back. But they went through a lot. And I'm learning how their lives are. They're just normal people like us. They just need just a friend sometimes, just a hug. Yeah. And then if you're even not a veteran, and I know this personally, like firsthand, and you need help, someone to talk, or a hug, like I said, they offer to you, even though they also need something, but they'll give it to you. They'll help you. And they've been there for me. And it's amazing. They're amazing people with troubled minds because they did a lot of stuff. They've seen a lot of stuff. And I can't even imagine how to deal with that. Yeah.
Just wanted to talk a little bit about the event that's going to be opening in May, right? May 10th?
Yeah, May 10th. So we're going to take a few boats out in the ocean. We're going to paddle 50 miles. Of course, we're going to have a safety boat to get to the ocean. We're going to paddle 50 miles from St. Augustine to Mayport, Jacksonville to help raise funds.
It helps to support their program out on the water.
The program, and for them to get equipment for their
activities.
Activities that they bring on veterans in to accommodate them, like jackets, paddles, canoes, or surfboards. They also serve. They take people in the water, and their motto is "Water saves lives."
I like that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
I might give you their info. You guys probably exchange some words.
Yeah.
And it might be in another podcast.
I would love to have them talk about everything that they do for veterans and first responders. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. So I've been just talking about veterans. Yeah, we have firefighters there, policemen, and other people. Fortunately, the group is growing. It's a great group, and everyone is trying to help everyone. There's nobody left behind.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Just to let you know that I've made my donation to you this morning.
Thank you so much.
Trying to help you reach your goal. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
Oh, I'm already happy that people have been donating. If I don't reach my goal, it's fine, but I'm trying my best.
Well, you still have plenty of time.
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of time.
And now we'll put in the show notes, the information so that if anybody wants to donate to the organization through you, they can.
Oh, I appreciate that very, very much.
Okay, so if anybody wants to join that fundraiser to get out there and paddle with you guys, is it open to anybody who wants to do that to help support the cause?
It's kind of open. Yes. I'm actually the wrong person to answer that question because it's a big liability when they bring a lot of other people. I don't know all about the details that go.
So looking it up and going onto the link, I'm sure there's information or somebody that you can call to find out.
Yes. That guy Ray and another person called Leo are the ones in charge of that organization.
Okay.
Both veterans.
Yeah, they could probably use volunteers too, right?
Yes.
To help out.
That's also always a plus.
Because after paddling for 50 miles, you guys are probably going to need some food, some water.
Yeah.
You're probably going to go somewhere, and they're going to need help. And who knows? Exhaustion.
There'll be plenty of exhaustion.
There should be physical therapists out there in case anybody needs one. Maybe massage therapists to massage the shoulders and the arms. That would be cool. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have all that covered. They've been reaching out to a lot of people.
Have you ever paddled 50 miles before?
I have not. I paddled 32.
Okay. But your goal is to finish this thing, right? 50 miles.
Yes. I hope I'm able. There's other people in the boats to switch with paddlers.
Oh,
but my goal is to stay the whole thing. But if the body can't take it, I might have to switch with somebody.
And it's not just about the body, too. It's also about the conditions on that day. Because when you're in the open ocean, you don't know if it's going to be windy, if the waves are going to kick up, or if it's, you have no idea. Current, right?
Right? We have no idea
Yeah.
what the weather could bring.
It might be rain and thunder and lightning. Let's hope not.
Hope not. Exactly. Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
Yo, don't jinx it.
No. Just give it a mean face. It'll go the other way.
There you go.
All right. So, any other races that you're going to be competing in soon that you're getting excited about?
There's a few in the schedule. We have one in St. Petersburg, like Tampa area. There's going to be a 6-man canoe or mix or women, 6-person canoe on a Saturday. Then we have single crafts and doubles on Sunday. Like it's 1-person kayak and canoe and 2-person canoe.
Ah,
Yeah. So it's a whole weekend thing.
nice.
Yeah. That's fun. I'm always get sad when that's over. The whole week. Oh, I gotta go back home and work again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun because a lot of people. It's fun because a lot of people throughout the whole cold Florida and a lot of times out of state, like Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, people come
Wow.
down. So, actually, yeah, I have a lot of friends, a few states. Then I met them through the sport. I have friends in Georgia, Tennessee, California, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Jersey. That's where I live. Massachusetts. So yeah, the sport not only it's good activity, keeps you in shape, keeps your body moving, so it doesn't rust, and you meet people, you see places, and you meet people from all over.
Yeah, and you have a
Um,
lot in common.
Yeah, and that's it all over. I met people from Australia too.
Wow.
I've gone to Oregon to do a very famous race down there. Over there, that is called downwind champs. The valley creates a good wind, and the wind blows against the current, creates waves. So we surf those waves, but that's what we call the downwinds.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah. So it's international race. People from New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, they come here.
Is that it? Is
And
that at a lake over there in Oregon?
no, it's a river. It's
It's a
It's
river.
called the Gorge, the
Okay.
Gorge River.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the current's going downstream, and the wind's blowing the opposite way as the current's going, and it creates these waves that you just surf
Wow.
on the
That's
kayak.
really neat. I'm gonna have to look that up. The gorge. Okay.
Yeah, and not only kayaks, there's a lot of windsurfers over there.
Ah,
Yeah.
I could see how that could attract them too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
Well,
It's
this is
a
real
it's
exciting. I'm enjoying talking to you about all this. It makes me want to
oh great.
get out there and try it. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it talking. Well, sharing about my sport and my experiences out there. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, we go St. Petersburg in April. Then we have in May that 15-miler. Oh, then I think in July, that's when we go to Oregon, to the gorge. Then this summer, the races kind of die down here because it gets really hot.
Okay.
Some people, they forget to drink or to hydrate,
Mm.
or they don't hydrate enough. Some people faint, so they want to avoid that at all costs. So during the summer, the races kind of stop, and they restart again for a few months.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Usually July, August, September is our worst heat. So,
and this time again is September. I have a race in Clearwater, very famous here in Florida. Then October, in the beginning of October, we'll have one in Miami. Then by the end of October, we'll have one in Tennessee.
nice.
It's called the Chatterjat. Yeah, it attracts a lot of people. Last year they had like 700 athletes there.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the one that's 32 miles down the river. It takes me 4 hours to do it. Yeah, so there's a lot of cows burn right over there.
Is there rapids or no?
No, just flat water.
Flat water.
Flat water.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a little bit of current, but nothing dangerous or no white waters or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's a big wide river. It's beautiful because it's kind of in the valley. You see all this different. It's October, so you see all these different colors in the trees. One year it even snowed, but that was the worst year. Yeah, that was the worst year ever because it was so cold.
You don't like the colds.
No, it was cold for everyone because it starts really early in the morning, like
Yeah.
at 7 o'clock, and it was dark. It was cold and wet.
And wet. What a combination. Dark, cold.
Yeah, it was miserable, and I promise I will never do it again.
Yeah.
And I've been back, and I went back twice after that.
But the weather wasn't quite as bad.
It was better.
Good.
Well, it was better, warmer.
Yeah. And you have to learn how to dress, right? Learn how to dress to stay warm.
Oh, but you never know. It's 4 hours. A lot of things that happen, and
Yeah.
when you're racing, well, me in particular, I'm racing. I want to beat the time or beat the other person. Like, I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
So you gotta like kind of plan. Like, do I feel cold the first few minutes till I warm up, or I layer up, then I get too warm, then I gotta stop and take one layer out.
Yeah.
Yeah, decision.
So what is your strategy usually?
Less layers possible.
Okay. Yeah. Because your body is going to heat up, right?
Yeah, but kind of thinking that I can't be too cold or else muscles will cramp up and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't apply the power that I need to.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It's a lot of thinking that go into racing.
Yeah. And it's
And-
not just you, it's everybody. Everybody's feeling
Yeah,
the
that's-
same way. Everybody's trying to figure out their best strategy for that day.
Yes, there's any type of sport. There's a lot going on into it.
Mm-hmm.
The strategies, how much you're gonna drink, how much you're gonna eat, and what are you eating, or
So you
So
eat a lot of carbs the day before?
yes,
Mhm.
pasta.
Pasta. Yummy.
Yeah, yeah.
You need that energy to keep going.
But you can't overload so much. Then he feels
Mhm.
so bloated. Yeah, then and before any type of race, you get nervous. Then you want to go to the bathroom.
Mhm.
So somewhat, yeah. So you can't. You got to put enough to
Mhm.
fuel.
Yeah, that's
you
another
can't-
thing you have to figure out. Your energy input. It's like what's the perfect balance between eating, drinking, and feeling comfortable and not having to go to the restroom. Yeah.
I found out the hard way about that. How much to eat before the race? One time I ate too much, and in the middle of the race, my body the stomach was still digesting food, but I needed blood for the muscles, but the stomach wanted to digest. It was the back and forth with my body. I was feeling so sick. I didn't know if I was going to faint, if I was going to throw up.
Wow.
It was a big disagreement in my body because I put in a lot of food because
Yeah.
I thought I needed it. 'Cause it was a long race. Like, this is the best. It was still an hour prior starting the race, but it was a lot of food that the stomach didn't digest in time, and it was still working on it. And I paid the big price.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that in the beginning of when you started doing your racing?
No, unfortunately, no. It was like a really novice mistake, like a rookie mistake, a very rookie mistake.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes you're so confident of yourself. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna do this for X amount of years, so I'm gonna intake all this.
Mm-hmm.
You realize really quick that it wasn't the best choice.
Yeah. You live and you learn.
Yes,
Can't be overconfident.
that is true.
Yeah. You always have to
A lot of
expect
things.
the unexpected and
I was told that at a young age when I was doing kayaking. Sometimes people were like, "Oh, how do you think the race is gonna go?" "Oh, I'm not gonna win it. So is gonna show up." Like, you never know. he might cramp up, his boat might break, this or that, and it has happened. That day, not only one time actually. One day, that the best one guy that used to be better than me didn't show up. I won the race. Another time, a very good guy was there, but he cramped up. I was able to win the race. You never know what might happen.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
All right, Flavio, this has been great. Thank you so much for being on the show. You did great. You're talking about something that you love, and it's reflecting on that. So the listeners are going to enjoy our conversation, believe me. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of, I hope some people to relate. There's not a lot of kayaking here. At least in Flavio County, there's not. And that's why I'm going up to Jacksonville or sometimes Cocoa Beach or Jupiter to paddle with people, or Tampa. I don't know, for some reason, there's not a lot. Oh, there's rowing, but that's not my thing. That's why.
Yeah, that's interesting that there's not more people here that do your sport. Maybe we can change that culture. Maybe we can get more people involved.
That would be great. So I can go on the water and get it together with people, and maybe it grows and grows. And people would see and they would like to join.
Awesome. Yeah. You've got my interest spiked up. So, okay. Well, thank you, Flavio. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Good luck on that fundraiser in May.
Thank you so much.
This is Angela Grayson from the Loving Life Fitness Podcast. To help others in their fitness journey. All possible.
It's time to wake up.